The Trump-hating TikTok teens got owned. You got played at your own game. You see, there was this big thing that happened where these TikTok teenagers thought they screwed over Donald Trump, and they didn't. But the story was basically that Trump was having this big rally, and it was going to be in Tulsa. They were expecting like 1 million people. And it turns out, according to the New York Times and a bunch of other outlets, that TikTok actually did a viral campaign to get people to sign up. And this resulted in Trump thinking way more people were coming, and then it didn't really happen. And they said, oh, man, because, you know, they RSVP'd and then the people couldn't get in. That's not at all what happened. You see, what happened in Tulsa was Donald Trump, his campaign sent out an email saying RSVP for the COVID comeback rally. And even if you're not coming, show your support by RSVPing. They then got like 1 million people to say they were coming, even though they weren't. And then nobody showed up. And shortly after, Brad Parscale got kind of fired, demoted, whatever. It wasn't TikTok. But now we have this story. You see, the TikTok teens are at it again. Thinking that they won, they tried to pull a fast one by starting a viral campaign to get everybody to sign up for a Staten Island rally. Instead, they ended up helping Donald Trump and the GOP raise $15,000. Because all the GOP did was say, okay, first of all, it's open air seating. Second of all, we'll just charge you $5. How about that? RSVP, reserve hold. And they all did it. And now the GOP has raised 15 grand. Congratulations, TikTok teens. You got owned. You got played. Oof, you lost. Oh, these poor kids. Why would you give Donald Trump $5 to try and prank him is beyond me. But let's read the story. Staten Island GOP turns tables on Trump-hating teen TikTok trolls. Take that, Trump-hating TikTok tricksters. Thousands of teens tried to sabotage a Staten Island Republican rally last week by hoarding online tickets, just as they did to embarrass President Trump in Tulsa, Oklahoma in June. But that wasn't real. All that did, actually, I'll tell you this, for the Tulsa thing, they were like, haha, we tricked Trump. We signed up for his event and tricked him. Actually, you created a massive positive press cycle where for like weeks, the news was like, how did Donald Trump get so many RSVPs? Whoa, man, crazy. So if you go and think I'm going to own Trump by showing my support for him, I got to question your brain. But of course, these are kids who don't know politics, don't know media relations, and don't know how news cycles work. So to them, they were like, it's going to be so funny, not realizing Trump doesn't have seating. It's first come, first serve. They just let everybody come in. And the reason people didn't show up had nothing to do with TikTok. They tried it again. The GOP bamboozled these TikTok teens into pouring nearly $16,000 into party coffers. Oh, kids. On September 19th, out-of-staters using fake, frequently lewd names, including Grab by De Pussy, Ivana Punch You, and F.U. Trump, began signing up online for the Triumph Rally, a free get-out-the-vote event. We had about 1,500 RSVPs from Staten Islanders. And all of a sudden, we started seeing numbers tick up to 10,000, 15,000, 75,000. Staten Island GOP Chairman Brendan Lantry told the Post, we knew something was not right. Lantry's wife, Jessica, an avid TikTok user, soon traced the signups to their source. A clip posted earlier that day by a 19-year-old from Brooklyn calling herself Phyllis Ray. Do you hate this orange bee as much as I do? The teen asks in a 51-second video. It turns out that Trump is having a rally in Staten Island. Oh, I love how teenagers have become so establishment. This was really funny. We talk about like how generations rebel against the previous. The funny thing now is I remember when I was a teen and the thing was like teenage angst. Like, F you, man, I'm going to do whatever I want. I don't need no establishment telling me what to do. And now you got a bunch of teenagers being like, F you, man, we're all about the establishment. Woo, establishment, yeah. That's so cool that you conform to what massive multi-billion-dollar corporations tell you to do. I think you have maybe no individuality, no character. Man, all these young people who are just like turning on Oreo commercials and like Pepsi commercials to figure out what to think. That's kind of stupid. Like, I don't know, man. When I was growing up, if you just did whatever your parents told you to do or like whatever the major corporations were saying, you weren't considered cool. In fact, like where I grew up, I guess maybe it's like a punk rock thing. We were just like, you're really dumb if you're listening to this like manufactured pop culture music and stuff. Like, be your own person, rebel, not to like for no reason, just to stand up for yourself and find your own way. But hey, man, if you want to just do whatever you're told, and just be kind of like a stodgy corporate cog, I guess that's the cool thing now. Hey, look, far be it from me to tell the kids what it's all about, huh? I'm old man. I'm 34. I just think, it's kind of weird that today's generation of young people are desperately trying to fit in with the massive multinational corporations. Isn't that funny? Anyway, they say, so what I did was I reserved myself 2 seats, but I'm pretty sure that I'm having something to do that day, she says gleefully. So do what you want with this information. The video rocketed around social media, racking up 523,000 views and spurred scores of adults to spread the word. Register for this. I did. Debbie Ingber Deutsch of Armonk NY wrote on Facebook. Let's learn from Gen Z and Tulsa. Oh, these people are so dumb. They didn't even do a Google search. The bare minimum to not be a moron is to just search on Google if something is true. Everyone's like, Tim, you're such a great journalist doing all this work. I just Google searched it, dude. Okay, to be honest, I do have some other services and background check stuff that I do. But for the most part, you do a Google search. You try and figure out what other information is around. You would have found out this didn't work last time. It's not going to work this time. Order them so their numbers will be way off and they'll expect more people, explained Twitter user Earth Angel from Cheshire, Connecticut. As in Tulsa, the troll's goal was to snatch up as many tickets as possible so that the event would become a sea of no-shows. Trump foes, led by AOC, preened when the president's first post-lockdown campaign rally in June was an attendance bust. But that's Trump's fault. TikTok had nothing to do with it. You just got rocked by teens on TikTok who flooded the Trump campaign with fake ticket reservations, AOC tweeted. Y'all make me so proud. I love that AOC is cheering for like electoral interference and scams to try and win an election. Bravo, AOC. To deter the troublemakers, Lantry added a non-refundable $5 fee to the online sign-up form. But they kept coming, Lantry said, from Colorado and California and Chicago and Houston all over the country. Multiple Ruth Ginsburgs from Salisbury, Maryland, and Greensboro, North Carolina gladly paid for their ducats. By the time the October 3 rally began in a commercial parking lot on the South Shore, the Trump haters had shelled out $15,000, $785, to buy more than 3,000 vouchers they had no intention of using. They hate this president so much that they're willing to donate to the Republican Party to troll him. Okay, hey, win-win, right? You get to feel good and claim that you went after Trump, and then you get to give him money at the same time. And the thousands of Trump-hating no-shows were barely missed. No seats were provided at the open-air rally, and the event drew 2,500 locals who filmed a get-well message for Trump as he recuperated from his bout with COVID-19. Thank you, progressives, for helping us put out a successful rally. This, to me, is the perfect example of one. You don't want young people voting. They're too stupid. Okay. I'm being a little bit mean. All right. There are a lot of smart young people, and some of them are on the left and some of them are on the right. And there are a lot of dumb young people, but the truth is a lot of dumb people. So I think it was like Kamala Harris who said young people are stupid. Well, I don't know if stupid is the right word. I think a human is at a certain point just, lacking skills or knowledge, and that stupid is something different. You can be young, quick-witted, smart, and have good comprehensive skills. But in this instance, we're just seeing a bunch of dumb adults, too. Just because some teenager is the one who started it doesn't mean anybody gets a free pass here. These adults who are like, oh, man, like Tulsa, whoa, did you even bother searching? Do you even care how any of this works? It makes me think about all of the things these people believe when it comes to politics and how they have no idea how any of it functions. And, I don't want to call anybody out by name, but there are a lot of high-profile left-wing personalities on YouTube and social media that haven't even bothered to look up whether or not their ideas work. So they'll be like, we should just give people health care. There's a really funny tweet going around where this woman's like, we made the economy up. Let's just give people food. Oh, I love that one. Let's just give people food. Yes. Okay. First of all, we do. They're called food banks. They exist, and people have food. Starvation is not the problem in this country. We have fat homeless people. The problem is something very different. Now, we do have people in this country who go hungry and are malnourished. That's a problem we got to solve. But like, we literally have EBT cards, food benefits, and food banks. You know, you can walk into a food bank and be like, one food, please. And they're like, here's a bag. Have a nice day. That's simple. Now, not every place in the world has food banks, but it's funny that this is what people think. I love when they're like, there are so many empty buildings. Let's just put homeless people in them. Why is the person homeless? Are they homeless because they lost their job, or are they homeless because they have a mental health issue? I worked for a homeless shelter for several, actually. It was a network. Most of it was mental health issues. You can't just put a mentally ill person in a home and walk away. These people don't know how to use Google. But of course they vote. And you know what? That's fine, I guess. When they end up giving money to the Republicans because they think they're hating Trump, as long as they feel good, giving that $5 to Trump must have felt real good. I'm sure Trump can do wonderful things with that $15,000, but nice try. Better luck next time. I got a couple more segments in just a few minutes. Stick around and I will see you all shortly.